Welcome, dear student. I'm so thrilled to host you on this course, The Art of Fine Dining and Hosting. As an image and etiquette consultant, it's my honor and pleasure to share with you the knowledge that you need to help you navigate the fine dining in any occasion. In this course, we are going to have you go through 15 videos that I made to help you navigate the art of fine dining and hosting. We will understand the universal rules of fine dining, tablescaping, different cutleries, different glassware, different services, different settings, how to pour and hold your glass with grace, conversations at the table, how to navigate different courtesies, so that you can be able to navigate any formal dining with ease and elegance. Let's embark on this adventure together to unlock all the secrets of fine dining etiquette. I can't wait to hear your review. I can't wait to hear what was the most exciting part for you or what was new to your knowledge, and also see what you will try to do afterwards. Welcome to Fine Dining course. We are starting with Module 1, Universal Rules of Fine Dining. In this module, we are going to navigate different practices that guide fine dining, written and unwritten rules that we should follow to have refined behavior and conversations around the table. Have you ever wondered how to carry yourself, the protocol to observe when you're the guest or when you're the host in a fine dining situation? When you're hosting a couple, when you're hosting elderly people, when you're greeting a dignitary person, or when you're hosting different types of people, the protocol to observe, the posture to have, the manners to carry, the conversation to hold in a fine dining setting. This module is going to cover all that. But before we go there, I would like to understand your point of view or your perception on etiquette. What is etiquette? Why etiquette now? Does it really matter? Is it something important to spend money on? Is it important and necessary to learn about etiquette? In a nutshell, fine dining etiquette are a complex amounts of rules, written and unwritten rules, observed to help us navigate fine dining with ease. It's beyond which fork and which knife to use for a certain meal. It's more of how do I carry myself? How do I make the other person feel at home? How do I make conversations that are going to be more interesting and memorable? How do I hold a lasting impression, a converting impression? Let's say you are on a fine dining in a business setting. It's not about the food. It's about the conversations that are going to help you convert more clients. Let's say you're on a date. Conversations and manners that are going to give a good impression that is going to call for a second date, a third date, and even more. And why not the ring? Let's say you are also hosting a party at home. It is important to learn what to say, how to set it, the ambience, the mood, the cutleries, the service, the menu, so that you create a memorable event for your loved ones. Let's say you're organizing an event, a fundraising, a cocktail party for your book launch or for your business event. It's important to understand all those details, and that's what I compiled in this program. For example, in fine dining, it's very important and crucial to mind people's belief, to mind people's culture, and what they value most. So in fine dining, it's not about me and my comfort. It's about the other person's comfort as well. That's why I find it very important to observe different interesting fine dining cultures around the world, so that when you are in China, when you are in Chile, when you are in France, when you are in UK, when you are in America, you know how to carry yourself in different settings. Or when you are also in certain culture in Africa, so that you can be able to to host different nationalities, different citizens with ease. This is an interesting topic. When you are in Chile, for example, everything is eaten by a fork and a knife. There is no finger food in Chile. If you eat with fingers, you look uncultured. There's no finger food in Chile. Everything is eaten with a fork and a knife. A lady is served first, and the man should always pay for the bill. There is no 50-50 when you are dating a Chile girl or when you are hosting her. There's no 50-50. It's always the man to cater for the bill. It is also, you're supposed to use a fork and a knife throughout. In Chile restaurants, you need to always ask because they like their food spice. If you are going in Chile for the very first time, know that the food is very spiced and you need to make extra requests to say unspiced meals, please. If you don't, everything is spiced, including tea. In China, an interesting fine dining point that I really feel like sharing with you so that when you're dining with a Chinese, you don't feel unease if you don't know that. In fine dining in China, they dine making noise. If you hear a Chinese doing, to them, it means that the food is delicious. If there is no noise, then the food is just food. It's not really amazing. When you hear someone doing that in a British dining or in an American style or European style, it's considered mannerless. But in China, when you eat while making sounds, it makes dining more interesting. When you're dining with a Chinese, always leave a certain amount of food on the plate. That to them shows that you are satisfied and the food was amazing. When, to the contrary, when you're dining with an European, especially a Frenchie, you're supposed to finish all your meal from the plate. So if you know all those two, it is important to know how to carry yourself in every setting. In a Chinese setting, you leave a certain amount of food as a sign of demonstration that you are satisfied and the food was delicious. But when you dine with a Frenchie, it is only delicious if your plate is empty. Another interesting topic you need to know in dining with a French person or hosting a French person or going for dinner or lunch dates in a restaurant with a French person. In the French culture, there is no 50-50 or going Dutch. If I am the host, I will take care of the bill. Either I'm a lady or I'm a man. If it is on a date, the man should pay the bill, if only he has been the one initiated the date. In French culture, girls are also allowed to call you on a date and they will take care of the bill. There's nothing as man should always pay. Another thing, when you are hosted by a Frenchie in a restaurant, they are also expecting you to host them in a week time or 2 weeks time. It is considered uncultured if you go on a date with someone and you don't pay them back the same respect by inviting them either in your home or in another different restaurant of their preference. Culture as well, when someone has taken you on a date or having a business lunch with you, it is important to mind tipping. In this situation, when you are the host, you can pay the bill and the guest can also contribute to tip the restaurant attendant. If you are the host, you should always remember to carry some extra cash for tipping. In France, tips are not included on the bill like most fine dining restaurants in London, in UK, or in the rest of the world. Carry some extra cash to tip the person who has served you. Another point to really remember when you're dining in France, bread is a finger food. They love their bread and they are very particular on their bread. Don't eat your croissant with your fork and knife. In India, A lady is always served the first. Another thing to remember, do not eat with your left hand, even if you are a lefty like myself. In India, the left hand is only used for hygiene purposes. Food is always picked with your right hand, and most of the time, people like to eat with their hands and spoons. In India, you are allowed to serve as many times as possible. Only remember to serve little by little, little portions, many times. In India, you should avoid filling up your plate at once. Serve little portions, because they have a set or whole range of meals. So you serve one serving at most on each piece, on each dish. And then you finish up, you can refill as many times as you want. Remember, every time you're picking something, use your right hand. Do not dish together with someone else. Allow the person to pick, and then you pick as the second person. It's the same in restaurants and in homes. You will find people, even if it is fine dining, find it easy to use their hands instead of cutlery. In Arabic countries, some interesting observed etiquette is that up to date, they will put women on one side and men on the other side, and children separately. Children are served first, and then ladies, and then men. In Arabic, remember, men don't hug women or do a 3-kiss like Frenchies or 2 kiss like English people. They just greet with an namaste. When you're traveling to Dubai for the very first time, or when you are being hosted in an Arabic home, always remember to not greet the husband or the man in that particular regard with a hug or just a handshake. They prefer a namaste greeting. When you are dining with them, culturally they like sitting down, or if they to host you in a dining setting such as this, always remember they prefer their meals with hands, so you need to wash your hands and use your right hand all the time. If there is cutlery, you can learn how to navigate and use cutlery, but mostly Arabic dining is used by hand. I should also advise to really follow the guide of the host. Most Arabic homes, they don't wear shoes indoors. If you go in places such as that, remember to feel at ease and be ready to remove your shoes. If it's required to sit on the floor, be dressed in clothes that are going to help you sit on the floor with ease. If you are a lady, I suggest to wear long clothes or trousers that are going to help you be flexible when you sit on the floor. When you are to sit in a fine dining that is on a chair or a low chair or a low bench, always wear in a manner that is going to help you sit appropriately and decently. While dining as well in an Arabic dining etiquette, always remember we use these 3 fingers. When you pick, you dab, and you eat. Remember to always dab a little bit and eat. We should avoid to really soak whatever piece that we have in a lot of sauce, because it's more likely to leak on our finger and it doesn't look pleasing that way. The last one would be the British dining etiquette, which is the most observed worldwide because it has been a set of rules that has remained unchanged over the time. And this kind of etiquette really have different range of rules and expected manners at the table. When you're dining with a British person, expect a lot of jokes. Expect a lot of roasting. In their small talk, sometimes they really become a bit personal. So when you are conversing with a British person, when they are free with you, they will start throwing in jokes and you have to be comfortable with it. It's nothing personal. It's just to bring in the warmth at the table. They like their jokes. They like their wine as well. When you're dining with a British person, they will expect more of wines and delicious meals, meat, a lot of dishes as well, but most importantly, a lot of talks. The small talks that are conversed on British tables are very, very different from the rest of the world. They can bring any topic at the table, they can ask you any question at the table. It's up to you to know how to navigate such conversations and other graceful manners to deflect conversations that you really don't feel like answering. They can go to the point of asking you even sexual conversations at the table. When it happens, you need to learn how to deflect such conversations, which is one of the topics that we will discuss in this course. I want to help you learn how to navigate conversations at the table, how to deflect conversations and questions that are not necessary to answer or you don't feel comfortable answering, and how to build interestingness at the table.